slid in.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we are with Caramel Kitchen.
Yeah.
And this is our Cooking with Caramel show that we do every Tuesday. We show you how to do just recipes on how to use our caramel sauce and give you some just different ways of maybe using it other than ice cream.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about today. I'm excited about every Tuesday, but especially today.
Well, and I have to say, my daughter made this recipe for her youth group, and I took one bite, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm stealing this because I can put cinnamon vanilla caramel sauce, I can put a scoop of ice cream, and this is gonna be the best dessert ever. So, and I love blueberries. So that we're making blueberry blondie bars, blueberry blondie. So they have the consistency of a brownie. So they're kind of chewy and fudgy without chocolate. So it's a blondie. If you're a blondie, they're kind of like a brownie, but they're blonde.
Yeah, well, your post, describing it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat some of these.
I know. So they're going to be super yummy. So we'll get started. So they're just going to use 2 bowls. So I'm not even going to use a mixer or anything. So it's pretty simple, pretty hands-on. In my 1 bowl, I'm going to mix 2 cups of flour, and you know what? If I totally forgot to melt my butter, so can I get you to melt my butter for me? I'm like, here I am, just
I don't want this to happen to me. What happened to you?
Okay, so Elizabeth came over yesterday. This is a little sidebar. And I'm prepping for today's show, and she walks into the kitchen right when my butter exploded, and I've got melting butter coming out my microwave.
Yep.
It's all over my stove. My dog's licking it off the floor. It was a complete disaster, and I was like, ah. And I told Brad, he's like, this doesn't happen to you, and I'm like, this is the worst butter melting experience I've ever had. I mean, it was the ultimate explosion. And I was like, oh, I was cleaning up butter for a long time. Okay, so while she's melting the butter, I'm going to put 2 cups of flour into my bowl. And in with that, I'm going to stick in a teaspoon of baking powder. In here, I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I don't know why I brought my measuring spoon because I already have it measured out. And in the recipe, it called for a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, but after tasting them, I think it could use a little more, so I'm gonna bump it up to a full teaspoon of vanilla, or not vanilla, but of cinnamon. So we'll just sprinkle that in there. And we're gonna thank you.
You're welcome.
We're gonna mix that all together in 1 bowl. You can already smell the cinnamon, and it already smells good. Just ground cinnamon, there's something about it that's just comfort food.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll set that there, and then in this bowl, we're going to put 2 cups of brown sugar. Come on, there we go. And our 12 tablespoons of melted butter. So it's a 1.5 sticks of melted butter. We're just going to pour that over that. And sticks to the edges, so you actually get quite a bit out if you scrape off the sides.
It's a pretty handy dandy butter melter. Is it what it's for?
You know what? I use these for everything. I got them off of Pampered Chef, and they are little silicone measuring cups, bowls, and it comes in a set of 3. So this is the largest one, and it has 2, and they stack inside of each other. And then they come with these lids.
Yeah.
And I use them for everything. When I used to make a ton of cake pops with the kids, and so I would melt my chocolate in here because it's easy to melt the chocolate in, and then I just use them to dip. And then they're easy to reheat and melt again and scrape the sides. And I love them. I use them for everything. So shout out to Pampered Chef. So sure.
Yeah.
There's a freebie for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just mix this in together and get the butter all melted and incorporated into my brown sugar. And stir that all in.
Perfect. And shout out to everybody that's come and seen us at the farmers markets. We're at quite a few places during the week now. On Wednesday, we'll be at Kendall Yards in Spokane. On Thursday, we're at Perry Street on South Hill in Spokane. On Friday, now we have the Valley Market. And then Saturday, we're at Liberty Lake and also at the Silver Lake Market. So shout out to everybody that's been coming and supporting us.
Absolutely, yeah. We've had a great market season. The weather's been fantastic so far, so hopefully that stays true. Okay, so now that I have that all mixed together, I'm going to add in 2 eggs. There's my one. Yep, I splattered it all over my counter.
It's because she's always thinking about it. I know she does it.
I know, I told you that last week. I get all nervous about cracking eggs, and I'm like, I shouldn't.
Everybody's watching me.
Shouldn't let it bother me.
Yeah.
Mix those in.
So mix it in. And we also want to say we are so sorry for everything that is sold out on our website, but we also want to give you guys a shout out for helping us get there. But you know, we're in the process, as we told you before, of moving our production, and we made all of this caramel beforehand and, you know, expected to have more than enough, and you guys have bought so much caramel that we're running out.
Yeah, and we bought as many bottles as we could. There was a bottle shortage over COVID, and a lot of people didn't realize that, but we had a really hard time getting bottles.
Yes, we did.
And so when we got the bottles we got as many as we could at the time, and we're like, this is what we can make. And it was more than we projected for, but you guys have been awesome, and you've been buying caramel, so we thank you for that, and we super apologize that there might be a flavor that you can't get that you really love, but it's going to be just like 3 more weeks, and hopefully we'll be restocked.
But we do have the caramel sampler jars, which we were talking about are great gifts for teachers. So if you're looking for a gift to send with your kids for the last day of school, get some caramel jars. I know for my kids, they made their teachers like these little gifts with the caramel sampler jars, and then we made those chocolate dipped spoons, and we gave them to them. So then whenever I had my parent-teacher conferences, their teachers, all of them were like, I need to know where we can get that caramel sauce.
Great gifts. Yeah. And like, there's lots of bridal showers happening and wedding showers. I know you used the sample jars as gifts.
Yep, for
your wedding.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. Those sample jars are pretty handy to have. Okay, so in this I also put in 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So I'm just giving that a quick stir. And that looks all nice and it just smells. I wish one of these days we're going to invent something where you can actually smell
through Facebook Live.
So for those of you who are just joining us, we are making blueberry blondie bars.
Yum.
And so in here I've got my flour, my baking powder, my salt, and my cinnamon. And in here I have melted butter, brown sugar, 2 eggs, and some vanilla. So right now I'm going to start to incorporate my flour into my, and since I'm not putting it on a whisk, I'm just going to put the whole thing in, or like an electric mixer, the whole thing in at once. I don't have to worry about it poofing. Okay, so I just put that in here, and now I'm going to just mix it all together. And it's going to get pretty thick, and that's okay because, you know, brownie batter is pretty thick too. And I'm just going to mix this up until it's incorporated. I'm not going to continue to stir it until it's like stirred to death. So I'm just going to just mix until it looks like it's pretty incorporated. So just a couple minutes.
Perfect. So if there is no caramel kitchen in your area, there's nowhere where you can go and buy caramel since you can't buy it on our website right now, and you know a specialty food store or somewhere where our caramel would fit in well, let us know, or let them know to call us, reach out to us, send us an email, whatever, and we will make sure that we get out there in your area.
Absolutely, especially when we're hoping this will be the last time we are ever sold out.
Ever.
We've never been sold out, except for if it's a seasonal product.
Yeah.
But we have never been sold out before, so this is a first time for us, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But I'm having to just roll with the punches. I mean, it was really beyond what we could control.
Yeah.
But we are super excited. Brad and I went last week to look at the new manufacturing facility because we're partnering with another company who's actually building it, and we get to use some of their space, and it it's going to be fantastic. So I'm really excited about it, and it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
So we'll be able to make as much caramel as you guys need.
Yep. Yeah. I think we can definitely say that we won't ever be sold out again after we get through this.
No. So it'll be pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what your batter looks like. It's just incorporated. It's pretty thick. It's really thick. And at this point in time, I'm going to just put in, I have 3 cups of blueberries in here, and I'm going to put 2 cups in right now. I'm going to fold them in, and then I'm going to leave about a cup worth to just top and press into the top of the blueberries at the very end right before we bake them. So I'm going to, put a couple more in there. I'm just going to gently fold these. I don't want to press down too hard, or my blueberries are all going to start popping.
Yeah, I don't want to pop the blueberries.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them will pop anyway in the cooking process, but
that's different though, because you get those blueberries that pop and you get like that blueberry.
Yeah, the blueberry ooze.
Yeah,
the goo,
yeah.
the juice.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I love about blueberry pancakes. When you bite into one and it pops in your mouth, it was like on the verge of popping, and then it waits. There's a little flavor explosion.
Yeah. And if you need to get signed up for Stephanie's weekly recipes, which she sends out Monday, and then we go over on Tuesday, you can sign up for those on our website at caramelkitchen.com. While you're there, leave a review, get your name in for these caramel giveaways that we do every week. Get your name in this nice tin jar from UGM.
Okay, hold that thought. One more thing I forgot to do.
Oh my goodness. It's one of those days.
I think what it was is like, this was such an easy recipe. I'm like, I don't have much prep I have to do. I'm like, I forgot. I got to talking. And I'm like, oh. Okay, so I need to just spray my pan down real quick, and there we go. That's all. Just non-stick coat it. So from here, we're gonna just transfer our mixture. Does not look amazing?
Yes,
just take
smells amazing too.
spoonful right out of there.
Take my pregnant word for it.
I know. She's getting such a cute belly.
It's getting so big.
And she's got a big baby girl too.
Yes, he is a big baby. We had our anatomy ultrasound yesterday, and he is in the 93rd percentile range. So he weighs like a pound more than other babies his age. Other babies are not even weighing a pound yet.
Dang.
So yeah, but he's perfect from head to toe, and he didn't like it at all. He went from being like head down, feet up, to this way, to that way, and it was funny.
Yeah, I know. I gotta see the pictures, and there's this one picture, and it's just this little foot. Oh,
yeah. Yep.
Like, I tell my girls, I can wait, but I can't wait.
Yeah.
No rush, but when that time comes.
Doesn't it seem like it's going by so fast though?
It does.
Only like 17 and a half more weeks.
Oh my gosh, and that's gonna fly by.
Yeah.
Because when you're a mom, it keeps you busy,
yep.
right? And it just, time flies.
Yep. I think with age, everything starts going by really fast too. I remember I had my oldest daughter, I had her whenever I was 16, and it was like the longest pregnancy in the world.
Yeah, we had a different mind frame back then too.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
All right, so we kind of just have this smoothed out a little bit, just to get it evenly in there. And I'm gonna scrape that off.
Yeah.
And
get
then
it all in
get
there.
it all in there. We don't want to leave any of this goodness behind. And then we'll press in. I guess that didn't really work.
Yeah, now it's just stuck on the other side.
If I were at home and I wasn't on TV, I'd be like,
yeah.
All right, it doesn't smell that good.
With that being said, this is not our commercial kitchen.
That's right. We do things very professionally in our real shop.
Hairnets, gloves, we got it all.
That's right. Okay, so I'm going to just sprinkle on the blueberries here, the remaining blueberries, and then I'm going to spread them out, and then I'm going to just gently press them into the top of the batter, so that after you're done cooking it, you'll see just these little dots of blueberries, and it not only looks pretty, but it's just that extra flavor right at the top. It almost ensures that every bite's going to have yummy blueberryness in it.
Yeah. And it's not even cooking yet, and it smells so good.
I know. I'm gonna just eat this with a spoon.
Yeah.
Okay, so that looks good right there. They'll sink in as they're cooking. I just kind of like just press them down a little bit. So this is what it's gonna look like before you bake it. I mean, can you like not get enough of those blueberries? Like if you're a blueberry lover, this is for you. So I'm gonna put this in the oven at 350 and I'm gonna bake it for 35 to 45 minutes, just depending on how your oven cooks. You're gonna want like a toothpick inserted into the middle to come out clean. And then you'll know that it's done and it'll be nice and kind of toasty brown on the top. So I'm gonna set this aside. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's done.
Yeah.
So see, you can still see all those yummy blueberries. They're super yummy. So we're gonna cut it up and we're gonna top it with our ice cream and caramel sauce.
Yeah.
So I'll get the ice cream.
Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna draw somebody's name out here. Somebody's gonna win some caramel sauce. Karen Wallace, thank you for your review. You won a bottle of caramel sauce.
And Karen Wallace, thank you for having a name we can pronounce.
Yes, amen.
We love that.
Yep.
Okay, let me get my little plate and slice. So this is great to take to a backyard barbecue. If you've got like potlucks or church potlucks, church picnics, 4th of July, this would be great. Look at that, it's just
Yum.
looks like
Deliciousness.
a gooey brownie. Okay. Just cut some slices out. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the perfect square. You know me. It's got to be are they perfectly shaped and then. They're gooey, so they will slide right off and stay gooey.
Yum. Wow.
And then I'll get my scoop of vanilla ice cream. So in my picture, this is what I did because I really love the flavor of the cinnamon vanilla caramel sauce on it. So I did a little just to make sure. Just to make sure you have enough of that flavor on there. And then I topped it with a generous scoop of vanilla ice cream. And another.
Just in case.
Just in case. And you've got yourself a blueberry blondie bar with vanilla ice cream and some cinnamon vanilla caramel sauce.
Yep. Delicious.
So there you go, guys. It's easy. That was pretty fast, right? And so you can mix up your batter and get it baking in the oven, and within an hour you're gonna have a really good dessert.
Perfect.
So yeah, the longest part of it is baking it.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We will be back again next week. We will have our kiddos with us, and
Yeah.
we've got some fun, different ice cream treats that we're gonna try.
Yeah.
So that'll be good for them to be here and eat it all for us.
Yeah, for sure. Malia cannot wait to be back on Cooking with
I
Carmen.
know she's like gonna get her movie star going.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a great week. We look forward to seeing you guys at our markets if you're here local, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
All
See you
right.
next Tuesday.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
The very end. At the bottom. There you go.